Hey guys, I want to talk to you about what to invest in a slow market. Many people say, oh, you should invest in condos or houses or duplexes. Well, I want to tell you one of my favorite investments in a slow market. I think pre-sales are a great thing to invest in a slow market. But why, Gary? Why pre-sales? I'll tell you, because in a slow market, developers typically are having a tough time getting rid of their pre-sales or pre-construction properties. They are often offering developer incentives such as reduced deposit structure, let's say from 20% to 10% or even 5%. Or sometimes they're offering bonuses, offering decorating allowances, and you're often able to negotiate more than when it's a hot market. When everyone's lining up to buy, when people are like scrambling for the units, the slow market is perfect for buying pre-sales. So I want to give you 3 reasons why it's great to look at pre-sales in a slow market. Number 1, it's about negotiation. So in negotiation, you can negotiate a lot of things when it comes to developers' pre-sale, pre-construction properties in a slow market. Many people think that the deposit structure or 20% down or 25% down or 15% down, many people think that's fixed. But let me tell you, in a slow market, developers are often more receptive to negotiating the deposit structure. Let's say the deposit structure is 10% down and then 10% in 6 months and then 5% a year later. Often they are flexible to go 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. So split them up over a longer period of time. Sometimes they're even able to chop down from 25% to a 20% deposit structure. And some developers will even pay a portion of that deposit structure for you. Let's say it's a 25% deposit structure. They will pay 5% of that 25% deposit structure. So you only need to pay 20%. So they are, in other words, giving you a 5% discount. Other incentives may include, will provide a decorating allowance, maybe $30,000, maybe $50,000. Sometimes they'll throw in gifts, such as we'll give you a brand new car if you buy these types of units. I've seen that happen. Sometimes they'll even provide discounts on the asking price, the price of an additional parking stall or an additional storage locker, or even the assignment fee. Well, let's say you want to assign this pre-sale after 2 years. Let's say the assignment fee is 3%. Maybe you're able to negotiate that to 2% or maybe 1%. And some developers I've seen offer 0% for assignment fee because they are really motivated to get rid of the product and sell so that they can have money to invest in their next venture. Number 2 reason why you should invest in pre-sales in a slow market is unit selection. When you're buying a pre-sale, everyone cares about unit selection. They all want the units that are facing the courtyard or that's not facing the street, the inner units, the unobstructed views, the higher floors. They want the best units, the best direction, the quietest units, the best floor plans. And in a hot market, there is very little opportunity to choose your ideal floor plan, ideal unit, because everyone is scrambling for any unit, if they even get a unit. But in a slow market, you have the luxury to be able to sit down and choose the unit that suits you best. And what that means, usually when you choose the better floor plan, the better unit, when it comes to resale, it's typically going to sell at a premium compared to the undesirable units. Number 3, the third reason why you should invest in pre-sales in a slow market is about the timing. When's the best time to buy pre-sales? Well, I think it's best to buy pre-sales in a slow market, especially ones that will complete in a few years' time. So you're able to buy when it's slow, when the developer's giving you incentives and giving you discounts and giving you allowances, and you're able to get the best deal because developers need to liquidate the product. They're finding it hard to sell. They rather take a smaller profit or even a loss on certain units in order to move the project forward. The worst thing for a developer is that they're not selling any units and the development goes stagnant. So often you're able to buy pre-sale units at the best deal during a slow market. And then the reason why I prefer the ones that will complete in 2 or 3 years' time, typically the cycle for a slow market doesn't last incredibly long. Yes, it may last several months or even a few years. I'm predicting, make sure you check with your realtor, that after a couple years' time, the dip will pass and the market will start to appreciate. So by the time the development completes in a few years' time, it will be on the trajectory upwards towards asset appreciation. And I consider that buying low and selling high if you plan to sell it after completion. Bam! That's why you should invest in pre-sales in a slow market.